As the old saying goes, defense wins championships. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, well, they're looking to stay true to their defensive identity in what is now a virtual best of 5 in the NBA Finals. The best of the West now eyeing their first series lead against the Pacers as the series moves to Indianapolis. Game 3 will tip off Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Philippine time. The Thunder managed to level the series at a game apiece after winning Game 2 in dominant fashion yesterday. Thunder were up by 18 entering the second half and remained the aggressors, especially on defense, the rest of the way to eventually seal the victory. OKC head coach Mark Daigneault says their defense was the main difference between games 1 and 2. The Thunder's chief tactician also emphasized the importance of having a conceptual approach when it comes to defending the Pacers. Chet Holmgren echoes the coach's sentiments. And the Thunder big man had a much better outing in Game 2, tallying 15 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist and a block.
You know, I just think you have to understand against them because of the pace and because of the three-point shooting. There's a variance element to every NBA game in this NBA, but certainly in the games that they play. And I just thought we were the aggressor tonight for much of the game, even when we had a lead. I thought the guys did a really good job of keeping the foot on the gas, especially defensively. I thought we really amped it up on that end of the floor. There's a couple times where we got off track on both ends, but we were able to course correct pretty quickly. So I thought the guys did a really good job of just recognizing when we weren't where we needed to be and getting there quicker. They're not the type of style where you're just like keying on one player, you know, just because of the way they play. And so they're a more conceptual team, and you have to be kind of a conceptual defense against them. And if you do that, I think it has a downstream effect on everybody against them. And so I thought we were able to do that tonight. I thought, like I said to Nick's question, the guys just really improved in a lot of like subtle areas, you know, from Game 1 to Game 2, which is what you have to do in a playoff series to stay ahead of the series.
We have to play to our principles. We've been working on them all year. You know, we can't just forget who we are, and then we have to communicate. It's really loud in there, and we wouldn't want it to be any other way. The fans bring us a lot of energy, but you really have to communicate when it's loud, especially when somebody's you know, up guarding the ball. They can't see everything behind them, so they're trusting you to communicate with them. And you know, whoever's you know, guarding the screener kinda, and whether they're in coverage or something else, they got to trust the people behind them to communicate with them what's going on.
Now, 2 of the Pacers' main stars fully recognize the changes they need to make heading into the Game 3 of the NBA Finals. In Game 2, the Thunder defense focused on taking away the paint from the Pacers, even if it meant giving away a few open threes. Indy had some good looks from beyond the arc, but only made 14 out of its 40 attempts. Overall, the Pacers had a 45% shooting clip. The OKC strategy threw off the entire Pacers offense, including its driving force, Tyrese Haliburton. Hallie finished with a team-high 17 points, but only had 5 in the first 3 quarters. Here's Haliburton along with Indiana center Miles Turner talking about the adjustments they'll be going for in Game 3.
I don't think we executed well enough today, so we'll get them in the paint. And, you know, I think that, you know, we've been one of the better teams scoring in the paint, you know, all year, and we have to establish that early. I think we only had 4 or 6 points in the paint in the first half, and that's not Pacers basketball. You know, it's when you live and die by that 3, you know, it's or mid-range shots, you know, it doesn't always fare well for you.
I think you just have to choose. You have to make a decision on getting threes your way. You know, I think we made some shots that were kind of on the, you know, the swing, you know, but we got to do a better job of getting downhill and just playing from the inside out. You know, they are a team, like you said, who really takes away the paint. Does a great job of swarming the ball. It feels like there's 5 guys around you every time you're in the paint. But we got to do a better job of getting threes our way. And I felt like in the first quarter we were able to, you know, turn them over probably a little bit more than they're accustomed to, and we didn't do a great job of capitalizing on that. Again, when you're forcing turnovers like that, you should probably be getting more rim 2s than just early kick ahead 3s, and you know that's me, and you know that's where we can be better as a whole. So you know, again, watch the film, see where we can get better. We know that the paint is our emphasis, and the paint is our friend. The more that we're able to attack the paint, you know, usually better things happen for us. So it's just about getting threes your way. If you just swing the ball around and take late shot clock threes, it's really difficult.
NBA fans, we've still got a long way to go. You can watch the 2025 NBA Finals this June on NBA TV Philippines, on One Sports, on RPTV, and of course, stream it on the Pilipinas Live app. Meantime, let's switch things up, move to volleyball. Alas Pilipinas men are locked and loaded for their first home court test of the year.
The national men's volleyball team is competing in the Las Pilipinas Invitationals at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Their first game is ongoing and it's against Indonesia's Jakarta Bayangkara Persisi. Leading the Philippine team is veteran outside hitter Marcus Espejo. He joins fellow mainstays Joshua Retamar, Stephen Rotter, JP Bugaon, and Kim Malabunga, as well as Joshua Umandal, Lloyd Josafat, Jack Kalingking, and Louis Ramirez.
Collegiate stars made the lineup too, including Josh Ibanez, Ken Batas, Eko Adahar, and NU's Ben Tagibolos, Leo Ortiales, and Buds Budin. Philam Jackson Reed rounds out the squad. The Las Pilipinas Invitationals will take place till June 12th.
Now, as for the Las Pilipinas women, their head coach remains optimistic about their chances in the ABC Nations Cup despite their 5-set heartbreak against Iran. The team was dealt its first loss in the tournament, 25-16, 21-25, 26-24, 23-25, and 13-15. But Coach Jorge De Brito praised his squad's efforts, saying the team fought hard in the seesaw battle. The Brazilian tactician says the team's mindset remains unchanged heading into the must-win matches against New Zealand and Kazakhstan. Alas women will face New Zealand tomorrow and Kazakhstan on Thursday as they try to claim a spot in the tournament semis.
We had also the chance of leading the 50 set, but it's the game, you know. They play good, they deserve the win, and also my players, they did the best as they can after 3 days. So we're going to improve and they still have a chance, so we're going to fight for this because today is our break. We're going to rest and also work and be ready for New Zealand and then Kazakhstan. The mindset is still the same. It's always fight hard because the result will come if you keep on playing hard.
Coming up, big question is, what happened, Vela? Why are you crying again? I know, #1 pick, right?
Galing!
Talagang tinuloy natin yun. US Capital One Solar Spiker Bella Belen shares her thoughts on her next journey in the pros. Catch that when play-by-play returns only here on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play only on One News. Barangay Ginebra San Miguel gearing up for one last crucial game in the elimination round of the PBA Philippine Cup. Ginebra will face the rain or shine Lasso Painters on Sunday, June 15. And this could decide which team will get a twice-to-beat edge in the quarterfinals. The Gin Kings are in a good position for a top 4 finish to claim the advantage. That's after they beat the TNT Tropang 5G Sunday 97-78 for their 7th win in 10 games. Ginebra currently tied at 3rd place with the Magnolia Hotshots, but right behind them are TNT, Converge, and Rain or Shine, all with 6 victories and 1 game left to play each. Here's Ginebra head coach Tim Con discussing his team's focus heading into the clash against ROS.
It's all about controllables. You know, what we control and what we can't control. And we can't control what the other teams do in terms of winnings and losses. So we just got to prepare ourselves to expect a real fight with Rain or Shine for that top 4 spot on Sunday next week. It's always super tricky when you're playing Coach Yang. His teams are always ready. You know, we actually, right, Jeff, we used that team as an game last night as an example at halftime. You know, San Miguel was comfortably ahead by 25 points and came back to 1 before, you know, then CJ hits that big 4-point shot. And we said, we don't want to go through that same thing here in this second half. So we know what Rain or Shine is capable of. We know how, you know, they come out with great energy and physicality. So it's just something we'll try to prepare for through this week.
PBA action continues tomorrow at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. First up, the league-leading NLEX Road Warriors will end their elimination round campaign against the already eliminated Northport Batang Pier. That game will be at 5 in the afternoon. And Lex already has a twice-to-beat edge, but it looks to keep the momentum going after their big wins against the powerhouse Magnolia Hotshots. Then, at 7:30 p.m., the San Miguel Beermen take on the Converge Fiber Xers. Both teams are still in the hunt for that last twice-to-beat spot. San Miguel is currently 2nd in the standings at 7-2, but Converge is not far behind at 6-4. You can catch tomorrow's PBA games, of course, live on PBA Rush, on RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Now in volleyball, Belen may still be busy with Alas Pilipinas duties, but she's already excited for her new chapter in the PBL. The 3-time UAAP MVP and champion was selected first overall by the Capital One Solar Spikers in the 2025 PBL Rookie Draft last Sunday. Despite being the heavy favorite for the top pick, the NU standout says she was still surprised to hear her name called first. Belen adds she is excited to grow under a new system with new teammates and in a brand new environment. Belen spent 11 years under the NU volleyball program.
Siyempre, I'm very happy din po kasi siyempre kahit na wala ako sa Philippines, ako po yung napili as number 1 pick and marami po kasing magagaling na nagpa-draft ngayon. So ayun, I'm very honored pa rin talaga na nakita ng teams, lalo na po yung Capital One, yung performance ko siguro from last UAAP. So excited po ako kasi syempre new environment, new teammates, tas new coaches. Kasi sobrang tagal ko na po with NU. So parang lumabas talaga ako sa comfort zone ko. For sure, marami ako matututunan and marami pa akong kailangang i-improve. And I think kaya akong tulungan ng Capital One.
Meantime, after making waves in the UAAP men's volleyball star Noel Campton is taking his talents overseas. Might as well say Sawadi Campton, as a former LaSalle ace is heading to Thailand to join a PSNKK club. The Volleyball Thailand League bronze medalist announced Campton's signing through their Facebook page. Campton spent 4 seasons with DLSU. The 6'2" outside spiker was a standout in his final year, leading the league in scoring with 274 points. Campton is also part of the training pool for Alas Pilipinas men who are ramping up preparations for the country's hosting of the 2025 FIVB Men's World Championships. Now coming up, Oklahoma City is set to make Olympic history as it gears up to host not just one, but 2 events for the Olympic Games in 2028. find out which sport will take center stage in OKC when play-by-play returns.
Offense, you love to see a big man run, nobody trailing him, nobody home. Take a look, Cedric Barfield saying, "Oh, I got you, big man." And then the two-handed flush for the JR lookalike, Christian David. David, by the way, 19 points, 12 rebounds, one of the key players in this win by the Blackwater Bossing last Sunday. Okay, now more from Blackwater this time winding down. DJ Mitchell. Mitchell attacks, puts it up and in. Woo! Sheesh. Wow. DJ Mitchell, yes, good laugh after that. He said, wow, I was able to pull that off. Take a look at this again. Drives against Paraiso and then gets the foul up and in using the glass. Woo. DJ Mitchell, what a game here. Blackwater takes a 97-82 victory over the Terra Firma G. Okay, enough of that game. Let's go to Ginebra TNT naman. Here's Jamie Malonzo surveying the floor. Good seal by Troy. And then the drive by Jamie. Wrap around to Kubuntin. Over to Troy. Good play by the two bigs. Take a look at that again. The athleticism by Malonzo, spotting an open and alone Troy Rosario. Up and in. Troy had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in this game. Look at Oftana asking for a travel there from Troy Rosario. But no, that play is good. Okay, last, definitely not the least, what a PBA highlight reel without Japet Aguilar. Here's RJ bringing the ball down across the half-court line. And then up and away, Japet like it's hot. Just toss it up there. Batong mo lang, sasaluin na ni Japet yan. Look at mommy there enjoying. Hindi mami ni Japet yun ha, mami lang watching the game. So, hindi baka kasi akala mami ni Japet. Oh, pan lang, pan. Okay, Japet with a two-handed flush. Good pass from RJ on point to Japet. Like it's hot, too late. Boy, Aram tried to help on that pick and roll. Take a look. Nakuha ni RJ si Boy, Aram, libre Japet, good curl, good dive to the basket, good, well-executed pick and roll play there. Barrientos, by the way, 23 points, 4 assists, and he came off the bench. Aguilar naman had 20 points, 14 rebounds. He never beats TNT in their first meeting since the Commissioner's Cup Finals, 97-98 ang final score. Okay, Denise, on to you. Dami natin oras.
O sige, thank you ulit sa pag-clarify, no? Hindi yun mami ni Japet. Pang-stretch. All right, before we go, we got to talk about this. More than just the NBA Finals, excitement builds in Oklahoma City for the 2028 Olympic Games. OKC is hosting 2 Olympic events, but which ones made the cut? Let's take a look in this report.
The LA 2028 Olympics may still seem so far away, but the preparations have already taken off. Almost all the venues for the sports are locked in. And guess what? A couple of those are right here in Oklahoma City. Our first stop, the renowned river sport OKC, where the canoe slalom competition will take place.
We've got 5 different water pumps that create our river. Instead of a natural flow, we use 5 different water pumps. Each pump can pump somewhere between 100 and 300 gallons of water per second. We use 3 of them to create usually Class 3 rapids, but our facility is capable of going up to Class 5.
This one is the tubing channel, the recreational channel. This is where the tubes, some kayakers will also go on this. It's a lot more safe, a lot more relaxing ride. This side is the comp channel. This is where the rafts go. It's going to be a lot more violent water. There's going to be a lot more flips. People can fall out very easily in this water. So that's why me and Ryan are river gardening right now. We catch the people, make sure they don't get scraped up or anything, make sure they stay safe.
It was definitely a partnership between Oklahoma City and Los Angeles. So we already had this venue. LA doesn't have something like this, and we are one of the world-class venues for whitewater. There are 3 total in the United States, and so we do have one of the more competitive channels. Athletes already come here to compete for. Last year we had the Olympic trials. This year we had the World Ranking event, and next year we have the World Championships, which is going to be 60 different countries, tons of athletes. It's actually going to be technically bigger than the Olympics. So that will be a good indicator of like what the Olympics are going to be like for us in 2028.
From river sport to another Olympic sport, we move on to softball competition, which will be held right here in the home of USA Softball and the Softball Hall of Fame, the Devon Park. The Devon Park in Oklahoma City underwent significant upgrades in 2020. Improvements included new dugouts, media facilities, and an expansion of permanent seating capacity to 9,000. These renovations, funded by bonds approved in 2017, have established Devon Park as the largest softball-specific complex in the world. It annually hosts the NCAA Women's College World Series, an event that attracts more than 190,000 visitors and generates more than $40 million in economic impact. Oklahoma City may be known more for being the home of the Thunder, but soon it will also be home to the LA 2028 Olympics. And they hope that it will not only boost their tourism, but also establish the city as a future destination for world-class events. From OKC, I'm Dip Dipianco.
Mukhang enjoy na enjoy siya sa...
Summer na summer ang outfitan niya. No?
Pati bumawi. Di ba nung Paris, di nakasama sa inyo, di ba? Dapat sasama. Ito, okay, ikot ako kahit saan. Pero hindi ko alam kung tinry niya yun. I just wanted to see if he wanted to, if Dip would try yung mga water na, di ba? Yung mga rides.
Alamin natin. Text natin yan si Dip kung trinay niya talaga. Sometimes kasi the schedule doesn't permit na.
Dahil busy. Oo nga. Pero enjoy siya dun. Maraming salamat ulit kay Dip Dipianco, and we'll get more updates from Dip because he's over there in Oklahoma City in the U.S. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Denise Tan, sitting in for Jessica Liton-Calaw.